Hey there guys, so today we have another review and this is episode 300. I'm excited to bring you guys battle beers of Bourbon County Barleywine and Firestone Walker Sucaba. I'm actually excited to try this. I've never actually done it before. I have a B for Barleywine and S for Sucaba. And unfortunately I'm not doing this with proper glassware because, well, it's not taking it. One second. Because if it was glass, I'd probably be able to tell by the color which one's which. So unfortunately I have to use like something that I can't see through, and I'll just be mixing it up while I'm chatting, and hopefully that's sufficient to sort of, so I can't tell the difference between the two. Let's pour that at reasonable amount for two. Yeah, they actually look very similar, so I actually can't even tell by the color of which one's which with the head. So that's pretty close, yeah. So speaking about this, so anyway, wait, that is the barley one, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be mixing this. I'll be talking, so I'm not following what I'm doing while I'm talking to you guys. So I appreciate a lot, by the way, for you guys, watching so many episodes. I'm up to 300 now. Tons of subscribers, which I'm really happy with. Thanks a lot, guys, for, watching, commenting, subscribing. It's really awesome. And speaking about these two beers, they're, two of the highest rated beers on Beer Advocate. I believe these are, top 30-ish. Two of the highest rated barley wines. This beer I'm actually relatively familiar with because I had it when it was fresh, and I've had it like a couple times in the previous month, so hopefully I'll be able to pick it out, I hope. This beer, unfortunately, Sucaba, I've only had it twice ever, and haven't had it in a long time, so I'm actually really excited to see how it is. I don't remember how it was a long time ago. And actually, they're actually pretty close in age, too. This was bottled September of 13, and this was bottled December of 13, so only 3 months apart from bottling. Hopefully age shouldn't be a thing. So we have them mixed. They're really like mixed a lot for me, so I don't know which one's which now. So let's dig into the first one. Oh wow, that's amazing. It's sweet. It's caramel sugar, a lot of this kind of bourbony kind of a flavor, but it is like sweet kind of toffee. It's wonderful. I think this might be Sucaba. It has a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of oak, a little bit of even like almost tobacco in the back, but it's overwhelmed. But this really nice kind of rich brown sugar water kind of thing. A nice kind of, again, this like vanilla and bourbon kind of character. Smells amazing. Cheers. And it does have a nice heavy amount of oak in the back. Yeah, that just tastes like Sucaba. In the front, you get a nice creamy mouthfeel. It has a nice pop of kind of, wow, it's just complex. Wow, it keeps going. Again, that brown sugar, caramel, like a, almost like, yeah, caramel, almost like a toffee, almost like a peanut brittle, that kind of toffee, caramel kind of flavor. Rolls on to a big smack of oak in the middle. It's a kind of woody character, almost like tobacco leather kind of thing. It's very reminiscent of Parabola, has that similar kind of flavor. Rolls on to a nice kind of bourbon and vanilla. That pop of it's almost like drying bitterness in the middle, and it's oaky. It dries out the beer quite nicely, and it immediately tries to interact with that sweetness up front. Very clean drinking beer, doesn't really cloy. Again, that woodiness and that vanilla sort of clean off the beer very nicely. I will say the sweetness is actually dragged away quite aggressively by that a longing aftertaste of, again, that oak. Yeah, it's a sort of an oak flavor. It's woody. So that already tastes like Sucaba to me. Let's get the aroma on this one. Oh wow, what the hell? Yeah, I guess it's so different aroma, or maybe I just had a bad bottle or something. Maybe it's a bad bottle. I don't know. This smells weird. It smells very dark fruity. It almost smells like a bourbon barrel aged quad. It is dark fruit. It is rum soaked raisin and dates. It almost has a sour quality. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fruits. I don't know what's wrong with my nose or something. But yeah, it smells like slightly soured. It's very fruity, very sweet. Cheers. Yeah, actually the bottle's fine, I guess. But yeah, this is Bourbon County barley wine. Wow, it's reasonably different. Wow. In the front, you're rushed with, again, that like rum-soaked raisin. This, again, almost tastes like a rum or bourbon barrel-aged quad to me. A lot of fruit character up front. Very sweet. It is like raisin juice, if that's even a thing. It is very sweet up front. even thicker mouthfeel. It almost has that Bourbon County kind of enveloping mouthfeel. And notes of Bourbon County come through. Get a little touch of like this, almost like a roasted malt kind of character. Again, a lot of caramel sweetness, a lot of the kind of same kind of just rich caramel, toffee sweetness, barley wine notes are, in the both beers. Just very nice and sweet kind of beers. Bourbon pops up. The sweetness almost reminds me more of bourbon than this beer. And the vanilla on the back end. This beer does not have that kind of oak kind of character, sort of cuts away at the beer. This beer is a complete kind of dessert kind of experience. Yeah, you get that kind of Bourbon County kick in the middle. A little bit of roasted malt kind of character, sort of. It tastes like it's almost blended with Bourbon County, but they use Bourbon County barrels, obviously. Vanilla character on the back end, and it actually has a spike of alcohol, unlike this beer, even though Sucaba is 13% and this is 12.1. Really nice. I do not know which one I prefer, though. Very nice. Nice. It's dangerously drinkable. This beer I think it's Sucaba. It's dangerously drinkable. The woody character just cuts away at it. It's very balanced, and you get a coconut flavor. Wow, you get a coconut flavor on that aftertaste. Wow, I was looking for that flavor, and I actually finally picked it up. Really delicious stuff. Huge viscous mouthfeel. Very sweet up front. Sugar coating the lips. That nice kind of, again, hint of that kind of chocolatey kind of Bourbon County character. Even sweeter. Even that tons of dark fruit character. And it also has a coconut character from the barrel. Wow. This one's a bit lighter. It's almost like toasted coconut. This one's like rich kind of dark coconut kind of flavor, if that makes any sense. Very nice stuff. And it lingers on with a lot of sweetness. Which one do I prefer? Both have merits. This is hard. I'm gonna go with the Bourbon County. I think this is Sucaba, and I think this is Bourbon County, and I prefer the Bourbon County. Why? Is because I think this is just more of a kind of explosive kind of experience. It is so rich, it's so dense, it's sweet, which is fine because you're drinking a bourbon barrel aged beer, whatever. I want it to be desserty. I want it to be decadent. I want it to be explosive. I want it, it's rich. It just does not stop with sweetness and complexities. This beer on the other side is just more balanced. Yeah. It drinks slightly lighter. That woody character, that kind of oak kind of character in the middle, I'm not even a huge fan of. I love the beer. It's absolutely killer, but it's just not as decadent and like ridiculously mouth-coating, waves of flavor kind of experience because it sort of cuts away in the middle. So let's find out if I'm correct. This one is the Bourbon County, and this one's Sucaba, obviously, right? S, yep. So, pretty easy to figure out. They're completely, almost like completely different takes on the style, actually. But this was very fun, and I'm gonna have some awesome beers to enjoy. Actually, wait. I've actually have something really fun to do for you guys, but right before we go, actually for rating for both these, are both these 100 in my mind? I'm trying to think about that. I think the Bourbon County should be 100. The Sucaba. I don't know, I'm not as sold on the Sucaba. 98, 99. 98, 99. The Bourbon County definitely. But anyway, of equal amounts, I'm very curious to see what happens here. Because I think they actually would balance each other very well. Oh, wow. That does work, wow. Oh, this blend is better than each of these beers by themselves. This one's a bit too sweet for me, and I really didn't want as much of that because it really has an alcohol spike and really, again, coats the lips of sugar. This on the other side, offers this kind of, again, that oaky kind of bitterness, but doesn't offer as much rushing sweetness as this beer. And if you mix them up, you sort of get a balance. Dark fruits up front. That kind of toasted caramel kind of flavor. A nice kind of toasted oak, tobacco, bitterness. Rolls onto a little bit of like sweetness, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of bourbon to clean it up, and then you get even more, a little bit of that oak kind of character, sort of dry out the beer. Very nice. I really like this mix. And until next time, guys, cheers. Thanks. Oh, by the way, yeah, thanks for 300. This is amazing. This was really fun. Later.